The ASME Medal is presented to Professor Clayton Daniel Mote, Jr., Regents Professor and Glenn L. Martin Institute Professor of Engineering at the University of Maryland, for creating a comprehensive theory of the dynamics of flexible moving structures, such as bands and spinning discs, with extensive engineering applications to circular and band saws, and having served as chair of the Mechanical Engineering Department and Vice Chancellor at the University of California, Berkeley, and as President of the University of Maryland.
I'm a California kid. I grew up in a little town north of San Francisco called Sausalito, and my father had a couple of friends counsel me on what I should do when I went to university. And it just so happened that the day his engineering friend came over, I was working on my motorcycle. And after he saw me and saw I had A's in physics and I was working on my motorcycle, he said, "Well, you have to be an engineer." So I said, "Okay," and that's how I got into engineering at Berkeley as a freshman.
Dr. Mote started his career in 1964 at Carnegie Tech in Pittsburgh, and then returned to his alma mater at the University of California, Berkeley in 1967.
I would say one of the great milestones of my career was actually getting appointed to Berkeley. A man came to the lab in 1962 named Milton Shaw, and Milton Shaw offered me a job, and it started a career at Berkeley that lasted until 1998, so 31 years on the faculty there.
As Vice Chancellor of the University of California, Berkeley, he led a capital campaign that raised $1.4 billion, the most ever for a state university. He was president of the University of Maryland from 1998 to 2010, but throughout his career, his students came first.
I think one thing that stands out in my career is my mentorship of students. I've had actually a total of 58 PhD students, and all of them have gone on to do spectacular things.
One of his PhD students even led him to some of his most important work, snow skiing research. At first, though, he didn't think the idea would work.
A graduate student came to my office and he said to me, "I'm an A+ student, I've passed my qualifying examinations for PhD, I don't want any research money. I want you to be a supervisor for my research on snow skiing." I said no. I said, "Look, no one will take you seriously, you won't get a job, I won't get promoted, this will be a disaster. We can't do this now, you have to do this later sometime."
Eventually, though, his students persuaded him, and it became a passion. He began to research the mechanics of skiing and skiing injuries, which led to the creation of the International Society for Skiing Safety in 1974. He knows firsthand the power of good mentoring and credits his own mentor for much of his success.
I personally was mentored most effectively by Professor Ian Finney from Berkeley. I think everything great that happened to me in my life I can associate with Ian Finney. Yeah. So the mentorship issue just can never be underestimated.